is obviously more difficult than that, but he had to pull something out of the bag to use in today's competition. That, by the way, will be the compulsory vault in the '92 Olympics in Barcelona.
8.6 the score for Bagiu. He still trails Patrick Kirksey by a bunch with 2 events remaining. As they move into the parallel bars competition with the horizontal bar yet to come.
I really feel sorry for Mihai because although I can see that he has qualities to be a really fine gymnast, he's grossly undertrained and unprepared for this competition. Let's see if he can get through this parallel bar routine. He's had a really awful day to this point. Each handstand, good start. Run-up rise. Swing to handstand, having a lot of trouble. Healy twirl. 2 in a row. It's unfortunate because you can see that he has the basic elements to do well. He knows the tricks. He's just completely out of shape. Has no conditioning, and of course, his body isn't responding when he's calling it to.
Frustrating day for Mihai Bagiu.
We mentioned earlier, of course, that he had a really serious ankle injury, and he is recovering from that. Although, you know, that should really only affect his floor exercise and vaulting, because he could have been spending a good deal of time on the apparatus and improving these skills. Once again, he knows all the tricks. There's no question that he has good experience in gymnastics, but he knows that he's just not there physically at this time. You can see he's having trouble finding the handstand positions. He's really not solid, and his body isn't at all tight. And, of course, you can't get away with the big tricks like that Diamidov if you can't control the basic body positions. There's a tuck double back, a lot of cowboy. But once again, he knows the gymnastic skills. He's just not in good shape.
And the score for that parallel bar routine, 7.90. Patrick Kirksey is up next on the parallel bars at the 1987 Olympic Sports Festival, televised here on ESPN. That's the one that came from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Patrick Kirksey finished 5th in the all-around. That was 2 years ago. He's come a long way since then.
Certainly in contrast to Mihai Bagiu, Patrick Kirksey taking his participation in this event a little more seriously. And I think Patrick has a lot to contribute to the U.S. national team because he's very solid. He's very strong mentally. I think he would be a great leadoff man or an early performer for the national team when they go to next year's World Championships or the Olympics in '92. He's really solid, and I think the rest of his teammates could count on him to come through as an opening round performer and set up for guys like Lance Ringgold and Charles Lake and Kevin Davis. Back toss, nice. Good rhythm. Finds the handstand positions. Beautiful combination here. 2 Heelys in a row. Diamidov, see, he's doing tremendous level of difficulty, and yet he's just blasting through. Doesn't seem like any of the skills are particularly hard for him.
He sure does.
Very confident. And that's the trick. The great gymnasts make it look easy. Boy, and a great pike double back. That's a nice exercise for Patrick Kirksey.
Fine performance by the young man who was first in the all-around competition at the Big 8 Championships. And it's funny, when you talk to Patrick about that, he'll tell you that 87% of our team hit on their routines. And that's the best, he said, we've done all season long at those Big 8 Championships. Always the team thought there.
Well, he's coming from a pretty strong team. That Nebraska program has been strong for 10 years. One of the most dominant programs in collegiate gymnastics. As you can see, he does 2 really nice back tosses back to back. Here's the pike double back. Really fast swing, good position in the air. Notice the really tight form. Actually overdid it a little bit.
9.80 the score for Patrick Kirksey. The record in this meet is 9.85. It is held by Phil Cahoy. He set that back in 1982. So Patrick Kirksey came very close. Maybe it's a standard he'll break in the next rounds. We move now to the final rotation for the women. That is floor exercise. Kelly Pitzen is up. She trails by just half a point. This is very close between herself and Marna Neubauer. She needs to hit all of her tumblers.
Good height up back. Nice height. Spring with a full twist. That's one way of just backing up into the corner to set up for the next tumbling run.
Just get there.
Just get there. Front step out through to a tuck double. For a lot of the younger girls, of course, the emphasis at the beginning stages of gymnastics is on the acrobatics. I'm learning the tumbling skills. I'm learning the technique. She'll develop into being a fine dancer, I'm sure. But at this point, you can see that her coaches, in particular Rick Newman and Bella Caroli down in Houston, have really stressed the tumbling, trying to get her stronger, and trying to develop her tumbling technique.
Sometimes I don't think it's just the gymnast who's a little inhibited to dance. She feels funny dancing. And just doesn't. It does the just get theirs to the corner. Good finish for Kelly Pitzen. Marna Neubauer is going to have a tough go of it.
This is a pretty good job here on the opening run. Round off back handspring to a pike double back. Good height. Of course, she's only 4'10", so it doesn't take a whole lot of height to have good height. The judges are looking for tumbling that is head height at least, and she does a good job at getting at least 4 feet 10 in the air. Her second pass was the front through to the double full, and of course, here's her last tumbling run. Round off back handspring, double full, nice and clean. Good job.
And she is waiting for her score on floor exercise. It is a 9.15 for Kelly Pitzen. She finishes strongly, and now Marna Neubauer, who has a 0.5 advantage, must really hit all of her tumbling if she's to eliminate Kelly Pitzen. Again, she is 5 feet 4 inches tall. 6-inch difference in height. She needs an 8.75. She cannot afford to fall.
Back handspring tuck double. Nice job. With plenty of room to spare. Fulfilled the Gymnastics series. 2 leaps to a full turn. Second run, handspring, front flip-flop, front with a full to a cartwheel. A really great routine shows a well-rounded exercise of good dance elements, good tumbling, both forward and backward tumbling, and she showed a good double back for the opening run, and her second tumbling run was primarily front tumbling, ending with a front with a full. Here's her third run, round up back handspring, double full, no problem.
Again, all she needs is an 8.75, and I'm sure she'll get that.
Here's the opening run. It's a tuck double back. What's the takeoff? Good reach. Good pull. She grabs behind her thighs to pull her knees around and increase the rotation. The second run, here's the front tumbling. Front handspring, front flip-flop to a front flip with a full twist through to a cartwheel. And her last tumbling run, of course, is the laid-out backflip with 2 twists. We call it a double full. Nothing to it.
We'd like to thank our judges for...
And that concludes the women's competition here in this 6th matchup. Her score is 9.55. Marna Neubauer has eliminated Kelly Pitzen from advancing in this U.S. Challenge. There will be Wendy